I rely on my hearing more, you know, for a sense of direction, or if I drop something, or I can hear it. Let's say my sense of hearing from like being able to tell where things are, like my directional hearing, I guess you'd say, is a lot. Like I rely on it a lot more. I find I can hear like higher frequencies that other people can't hear. It's called retinitis pigmentosa, or RP for short, and it's a genetic disorder. It gets to the point where I can't read, printed material like, magazines and books and all that. Like, so I have to have some different visual aids, or use computer software and stuff like that. Like I use my guide cane. Primarily, I use that at night, or in places I'm not really familiar with. I've wrote a few songs about it that are not very obvious what they're about, but so I guess I used it as a I guess inspiration for song. I guess about 12, 13 years ago or something like that now, I picked it up again. And I had been thinking about playing guitar again, and I met somebody that was in a band and stuff. He was a little bit older than me, and I got talking to him and decided to pick up an electric guitar. I had an acoustic originally, so I picked up a cheap little amp and a cheap electric guitar and started taking lessons again. And I told my teacher, I just want to learn how to play some songs. I'm not interested in theory and all that. So and that's basically what started teaching me songs, and I've been playing ever since.
We used to have a name for it. It's been around here.
When I was in high school, it was when grunge was, at its peak, and I was listening to a lot of hip hop actually at the time, and then I sort of discovered Pearl Jam, and that was it. Like I just really got into the whole grunge and alternative music sort of thing, and really got into listening to a lot of different music at that time. And I think that's why I decided eventually to pick up the guitar again, was because of all the music I was exposed to when I was in high school. It's about, I don't know, a girl, or it's about different memories, different experiences that I've had that I was thinking about, and wrote them into a song. And I tried to present it in a way that was kind of generic and like very, people could listen to it and also sort of identify with the sort of similar experiences. But to me, it's about specific, things I've done in my life, memories. I maybe wrote 4 or 5 songs over the first 8 years or so that I played guitar, and then something just clicked. And all of a sudden I just started writing songs like quite frequently, like a couple of songs a month. And then a friend, Simon Thompson, who plays violin with me, and we had talked about playing together, and we jammed once or twice, and then he just called me up out of the blue one day and said, "Do you want to go to an open mic at the bomb shelter at the University of Waterloo?" And I just said, "Yeah, okay, let's go." And we just kind of like made stuff up on the spot, basically, and jammed, and but yeah, then we've been playing together ever since then. So I guess about 3-4 years ago now.
I remember at least once or twice, I have like an instrumental piece or something, and we didn't know what to call it. And I would just say, "Simon, grab a book off the shelf," and he'd just grab a book randomly, and what's it called, and like we just use that as the title of the song or something. So.
He had a certain sound in mind, and my job was to walk the line between getting him the sound that he wanted and finding something that would add to what he wanted and make it sound a little bit better.
So I basically had to pick the songs that I wanted to put on the album, out of all the, you know, so I kind of, to do that, I kind of went by, you know, what do I like, what do I think are the best songs, and other people's opinions too. Like, you know, every once in a while somebody will tell me, oh, I like that song, so I took that into consideration as well.
You know, asked him clearly about what he wanted, and made sure that his goals were on target, and we set out, and we had actually many sessions over a few different locations.
It's a hobby for me, so I don't really have any big aspirations as far as, you know, I am trying to branch out and play different local venues, and you know, I would be open to playing in different cities too, but, you know, as far as, you know, and who knows what happens, like if some opportunity comes along, I mean, I guess I would consider that at the time, but I don't have any huge aspirations.